We have some breaking news this morning. Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor has been kicked out of the Royal Lodge by his brother, the King, amid damning new Epstein allegations. That is according to new reports out of the UK.
Yeah, so for the latest on this, let's speak to Daily Mirror Royal Editor Russell Myers, who's joining us live. Russell, we just spoke about this yesterday on the show, and here we are today. What a difference 24 hours makes in the royal household. Reports are that Andrew has left under the cover of darkness. Tell us more.
Yeah, very much so. Good morning, guys. Well, things are moving pretty fast, not only in royal land, but of course with this latest tranche of Epstein files that we've been going through over the last few days. And certainly Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor has decided to leave his Royal Lodge mansion. This has been certainly the scene has been set over the last few months, with the King forcing him out as well as stripping him of all his titles and his honours. It was the final sort of mode of disgrace for Andrew after his involvement with Jeffrey Epstein, and it's ended up in a very sorry saga. He's no longer going to be living in such salubrious accommodation as his 30-room mansion and Royal Lodge in Windsor Park, and he's going to be in exile on the Sandringham estate in the countryside.
So he's been evicted much earlier than planned?
Yes, it certainly appears so. I mean, the King had told him in November that he was going to have to move out. Certainly that was as a mark of the public revulsion in this case, and it's been going on for so long. You know, we're over 5 years since that BBC Newsnight interview. The Epstein files continue to leak out details showing Andrew's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, as well as his former wife, Sarah Ferguson. And we thought that Andrew was going to be moving out possibly around February time, at the end of the month, certainly before Easter. But it looks as though the King has pretty much told him to get on his horse and ride out of Windsor Park, because of this latest tranche of emails has made it pretty disgraceful for not only Andrew but for the rest of the royal family to be picking up the pieces.
This is fascinating. After we spoke yesterday, we were wondering what the King would be thinking right now, and it seems that he's moved rather quickly here, hasn't he, Russ?
Yeah, for sure. I think, you know, you just get a sense whenever you speak to anyone at Buckingham Palace. It is day after day. These headlines are filling not only the newsstands, but it's global news. Everybody's going through these 3 million documents that were released just a few days ago. And Andrew's name keeps cropping up time and time again. And, you know, we had thought we had reached the depths of depravity with his relationship with the Jeffrey Epstein. We knew he had lied in the BBC Newsnight interview. We knew he had maintained contact with him after he said that he had cut all ties with him. And yet, you know, there is still sort of, you're scraping the barrel, seeing more and more details about this sort of depraved relationship that not only Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor had with Jeffrey Epstein, but also Sarah Ferguson as well. And I think that, you know, some of the claims over her relationship over the last 24 hours have been absolutely breathtaking. And certainly I definitely think there's more to come.
Have we heard from Sarah Ferguson, or do we know where she is?
No, we haven't. And certainly, you know, with Andrew leaving Royal Lodge, she will have to leave as well. That's what the King said in November. He said that they were going to have to move out. I mean, they've been divorced over 30 years and yet still living together. So Sarah is going to have to find different accommodation. You know, up until the last few days, I'd always thought that, you know, you look at the evidence, and Sarah has been one of the great survivors of royal scandal. She's always managed to fall back on her feet. And yet these latest allegations, her relationship being deeply entwined with Jeffrey Epstein, taking her daughters to see him just 5 days after he was released from a prison sentence for soliciting a child prostitute. I mean, it really is pretty depraved, and I cannot see any way back for her now.
No, and I think there's only going to be more to come, Russell, so we'll cross to you more then. But thanks for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Rusty.